Okay, so this is question 2 of 11.3. In 11.3, we're talking about two samples that are part of an independent data sample set. So one does not have any effect on the other, but yet they're similar in a way that we can compare them. So if we're talking about populations, for instance, if I take a random population and another random population, what one person says or one person doesn't have any effect on the other population. So that's just a little background for this. So first, we're identifying our hypotheses. Once again, our null hypothesis is always going to have that equal sign in there. And then we're testing whether the mean of the first population is greater than the mean of the second population, so that right there. Now we're going to find a test statistic. It'd be really nice if we could just go into StatCrunch, but it doesn't give us that option. So we just go into stats and we're talking about the mean, right? And so if we're talking about the mean, then we're in t-stats and we have two samples and we only have summary. So the mean is the x bar. Okay, now we're going to do a hypothesis test, so we're going to make it look like this kind of, but this is a little different, but the signs stay the same. Our test statistic is the same thing as the t-stat. And then our p-value is our p-value. Okay, and then we're going to compare them. Sorry, I have my old one. Nice. Okay, so p-value is 0.060, and we're testing at 0.10 level of significance found right there, our alpha. And this one is greater than, so our alpha is greater than our p-value, our p-value is less than our alpha, and if our p-value is less than our alpha, then we're going to reject the null. And the reason why we're rejecting the null is because there's sufficient evidence to conclude that it is otherwise. Now we're going to do a confidence interval. A trick in StatCrunch, instead of doing everything all over again, we are going to just click on options and edit. That way we don't have to re-input all this data. If you already exited out, it's under t-stats to sample with summary. We're going to change it to confidence interval, and we're looking at a 90% confidence interval. So our upper and lower bounds right there. All right, so now, oh, that's everything for that question.